Alright, how's it going, guys? We're only going to have a bit of a stream review today. A horrible cramp in my hand. And, honestly, don't want to be holding this keyboard or using this keyboard as little as possible. But I needed to show you guys what has been going on. We've had a couple live streams this weekend. First off, this has been taken care of. All of our potassium bisulfite has been sent through this nether portal and ran over here to another portal up here on the roof right there, which has come down into here, and it has all been ran through already. So we actually have just got done doing this the other day. So I'm not really sure where it's at, but it's here somewhere, because I actually ran this through here, and it is out in one of these. I've got to find it. I literally have no idea where it's at. Oh, wait a minute. I think it's downstairs, because that's where we're going to use it. Duh. Also, you'll notice, I guess this is a good time to point it out, the top row of stuff is gone. Also, move the end of it out a bit further there. Also have finally gotten green and magenta fluorite, so I think our rainbow of fluorite is basically done. I can remove those because they're not needed any longer. And I did not realize that you could do that. I could do this. It says any sub-item of this one by right-clicking on it. So I'm going to try that with this. And take these out of here. And I will bet you that that means that any green fluorite we have come through there, no matter what the size is, it should go through. Which is awesome. I knew you could do that with the pre-filters, but I did not know you could do it with this one. I guess it makes sense if you can do it with that one. I just never thought of it. Learn something new every day, I guess. So I'll try that out and we'll get some more green. There is some black in here, and some orange, some white. So we might get some small or smaller greens. We'll see. But yeah, we got 2160 in potassium per sulfite right here. And I have moved our jade and amber here. These are all our useful gems that are in dust form that we will probably need to implosion compress at one point. These are all of the useless ones, which I can either leave in a barrel or break down by electrolyzing eventually. Like olivine here, this is one that I will probably end up doing because it's only 70 and it gives silicon dioxide, iron, and magnesium. Magnesium, not as necessary of a thing. Iron, very. Silicon dioxide we use for a lot of different things, so that is quite useful. Where, like, andradite here is 280 at 1,635,000 total. Takes 20 of them to do it to get a whole 2 iron, 3 calcium, 9 silicon dioxide, and some oxygen. Not really worth it for the cost. So I probably won't do most of these down this way. I put in another batch of rubber so we can get more rubber pipes. And I have managed to completely get this room piped up. All of these are connected, and we actually have connected them to the pipes, or the tanks outside. So we have all of our fuels in here, and all of the CO2 lines are ran. And put in the elevators. I don't think I said that last time I was here. This is not good. I thought I checked this. Thought all of these were turned off. So I've been wasting fuel apparently. Which is great because I just had a 4-hour mining and music stream. So those were running for 4 hours for absolutely no reason. Shut up out there. But since we did get all of the hydrogen out of our potassium bisulfate, we have managed to run 60 tungsten dust. I do need to run this a bit more, but we're out of hydrogen, so no real reason to run it. And we have gone through all of the tungsten bearing minerals that we had. And because of that, we had a 4-hour, 5-hour, something like that, stream where I went looking for tungsten. Well, we had the end of one stream and then an entire separate stream. It was about 5 hours looking for tungsten. I went out picking up rocks all over the place. I went across here, went all through this area, out in through here, even found an ice spike biome, 2 of them, one here, one there. Haven't seen one of those in a long time. Oh, wait a minute. This is the ice spike there, and there's the other one. Okay, it's not this one and that one. It's this one and this one. Came all the way up in through there, and we also went out and did more over here. You can see if I turn on our waypoints here, we have all kinds of things all over the map. Some things I didn't bother to mark because we just had so many of them. Like I think I'm probably done marking any galena veins I find because, well, we have tons of those. But then in the last stream, I made this tunnel down here, which I won't bother taking you all the way down through it if you want to see it. Yes, I'm missing the stairs. Go back and check out the stream. But we started tunneling here at 11, and there is one thing I want to show you. I did finally find tungsten. It wasn't actually on the tunnel. I went caving, as I always do when I find a cave, and I happened to find it Actually, you know what? Here. Just so I can show you my method of doing things, let me pause, I'll run down the tunnel, and I'll show you how I found it. Alright, I haven't gotten there yet, but this is something of interest I wanted to show you guys. For anybody that hasn't seen it in probably the last year or so, like I haven't, Greg has changed the uraninite and uranium texture. This is the smalls. This is the regular here. And a little fun fact for you, I guess, that Greg told me during the stream when I asked him what the hell is up with this new texture. That is the IC2 iridium texture that he has broken into pieces so it looks like it's shattered. And that's why he did it. That's how he did it. Why he did it, I have no fucking clue. But that's what that is. I don't think that's a shard though. I'm not sure what that is. Anyways, back to going down the tunnel. But we have plenty of uranium when we get to that point. I'll be right back. Okay, next point of interest. I ran into this lovely ravine here. Something that I didn't realize actually happened. Apparently, Greg turns all cobblestone in the world gen to his stone. So these three right here were actually from a lava and water mixing right here. You can see this is all kind of in a lava shape. If lava had poured down and spread out, it was actually right here, and this is just covering up where the actual lava, there's lava below this, but it had spread out where water had hit it, and because it created cobblestone, as you can see this is all obsidian, I think the water was coming down like right here, came over, hit the lava that was coming down here, created cobblestone, and Greg's world gen turned it into black granite. Cobblestone because that's the stone here. Sometimes it happens that the lava and water will actually hit before his world gen takes over, I guess. But I had found a iridium vein. There was like two small ones right here, and I dug around a little bit down that way, couldn't find any more, and I was like, you know what, forget it, they're just smalls, I probably got screwed, and the lava's taking it all, I'm just not going to bother. And then I went, well, you know, there might actually be some, and if I need the iridium, because I know what it's going to be like later on, I'm going to need tons of it when I get to the fusion reactor. I was like, alright, I'll mark it. And I just happened to see that one right there, which is a close enough spare light. So I said, alright, I'll leave it, I marked it. And Greg was also giving me crap because I made my little bridges here over lava because I will pump these. He's like, you can't kill the lava, because you're never going to pump it and use it. Oh, don't you worry, I will pump it. This is actually going to be, I will set up heat exchangers to use that lava to run the distillation tower. It's probably not going to be the sole purpose, or the sole way of heating it, but it will be a way that I heat it. But I need to take care of the Tohoho lava that comes out of it, so there's a whole bunch of infrastructure I need to get set up before we actually do that. And I want circuits. Circuits are next. And since I have all of that tungsten I showed you earlier, it's literally next. We'll get to a little bit more about that. Also, something else I found. I don't know what the fuck Greg is doing. Very small and regular iron ore. It does break to hematite, although if you break the ore, you actually get raw iron ore. But that iron ore will still... I hit you, it gives me space dust. I have no idea. Oh, because for some reason it defaults as space iron ore. But if I put it in the crusher, it's going to turn into hematite, as all iron actually does in ore form. So why Greg actually spawns it as iron ore rather than hematite, I have no idea. But this is a redstone, iron, and very little nickelite. I have seen, like right there, is a nickelite ore. And I know Greg has a redstone and nickelite base, but this is mostly redstone and iron. I have no idea what he did, and it's kind of funny because I gave it a nice waypoint marker. That's the name of it. Literally as far out as it can be for a name. And there's two of these, really close together. Greg says he thinks they're biome specific, so that's one that apparently is only in a roof forest. I think any other biome, they're without the iron, but if it's roof forest, it has the iron, I guess. I don't know, because I've seen those before, and it's mostly redstone and nickelite. Here's the other one. This is the second one, still in the roof forest. And when we get to this point here, I had zombies falling out up here above my head, and I just happened to come up here to check out where they were coming from. Which I did not light this up, which is usually bad. And when I did so, I found right over here limestone. Limestone at lava level can have tungsten in it. So I dug around the lava, and I got back here and I found tungsten vein. Not one limonite in this whole thing. But I'm quite sure this will go down almost to bedrock probably. No idea how big it is. I've only gone back this far so far. Haven't gone, either direction wider. No idea how big it is. But this is my tungsten vein. I do want to go up to the surface at some point. We're not going to do that today. And see if I could actually find a rock on the surface for it. Because somebody said that if you only picked up rocks and you didn't tunnel, you would miss stuff. So now that I've actually found it, because I haven't done a whole lot of searching for rocks in roof forest. I don't think I really came through this exact area picking up rocks. So I do want to dig up there at some point and see what I find for indicators of these and for the tungsten one. But that's how I ended up finding it. If I hadn't have gone checking that tunnel or that cave and lighting it up, I would have never found it. So always check your caves. And if you find limestone near lava level, whether there's limonite or not, dig down and look. There might be tungsten there. Anyways, I'm going to pause again, talk to you when I get back to the factory. Alright, so now that's done. Hope you guys enjoyed your field trip. So, I have the stuff to start running the bath for the bisulfite. There isn't anything really that I need to run it through yet. The main thing we're going to be running through there is malachite and, well, mainly malachite. There's a few other things we'll run through there as well. But malachite also needs to be ran through the sulfuric acid to make vitriol. So there's not really a reason to run it right now. So I'm going to put that on hold until we get circuits so we can have proper electrolyzers and we can start setting up the vitriol stuff. So the next thing we're going to do, which goes along with our mining trip, because on top of getting the tungsten, I also went and dug up some rutile and ilmenite, which I need to get processing. We do have 9 rutile right now, and if I look at this here, it will show you that we need to run this in a burning mixer with chlorine, molten calcite, and that'll give us titanium tetrachloride. So for every 2 rutile, we will get 10 titanium tetrachloride, and for every 1 liter of titanium tetrachloride, we'll be able to make plastic. And we need plastic for circuits. So just running 2 of them will give us enough to make 10,000 plastic. That's a lot of circuits. So we just need to get that set up so we can do our plastic. But we'll take basically that first run and send it off to become plastic. And then after that, it will go to a bath because I don't want different amounts. For every 5, we get a titanium. So basically every rutile will become a titanium. So we're going to have to set up this as well. Which gives us magnesium chloride, which then we have to process back to an electrolyzer. And this is why we need a smelter. We technically needed the tungsten to make a smelter for the molten calcite. We could do that in a crucible, but I'd prefer to automate it. And you can't scoop molten calcite out of a crucible automatically, so I want to smelt it. The magnesium chloride has to be smelted to be electrolyzed at a low temperature, or at a low electricity. Otherwise, it needs 64 and is wasteful. So we need a smelter for that. So that's why we needed the tungsten for making our circuits. Also, when we go to make the buell, I don't know I can spell. We're going to do germanium buells first off. So we're going to need a crystallization crucible, which only needs a quartz crucible, so that's fine. But we need molten germanium in there, so we need a smelter for that. So I'm going to make probably 3 smelters, and then we will start setting all of this stuff up this week. Hopefully by Friday we will have circuits. And we have to have a press to make the circuits, and that means we can also start making guns, because we can make bullets. I can make the gun now, but I can't make the bullets till we have a press. So, kill two birds with one stone, make the press. We can also make bullets, so we can have a gun. Which is what came in the newest update. Also, I wanted to show you guys the anybody that uses GregTech in this pack, the scripts have been fixed, so the coal generator cannot be crafted. The advanced solar and the basic solar generator. Oh, you can actually make. Oh, there's a recipe for this, but the circuit fabricator itself cannot be made, so you cannot make the advanced solar panels. You really don't need them. Greg's solar panels work on the moon and other planets just fine, so use them. If someone would like to revamp this recipe for the advanced one, at least, I know it's kind of cool looking, to basically use one of the high-end GregTech solar panels here, and change this out, change the whole recipe however you want. We don't need the aluminum wire, the steel pole, nah, don't care. You know, if you want to change this recipe, submit it, we'll take a look at it, but it should have a GregTech solar in there. You can still make the oxygen stuff. That shouldn't be a problem. You can still make batteries, although I would prefer this battery recipe to be a little bit better, like sulfuric acid or something, rather than just redstone and coal, because meh, battery alloy maybe. It's not perfect yet, but it is done. You can still make the arc furnace. It just takes a tier 6 circuit. And immersive engineering graphite electrodes. And the major change is the NASA workbench, which I'm trying to find without typing, which I cannot do. So the NASA workbench takes MV robotic arms and a T6 circuit along with compressed steel. Because the recipe to make this thing is ridiculous. And you honestly should not be trying to go to the moon and stuff before you at least have aluminum set up and circuits set up, in my opinion. So that's what the scripts were that were messed up. The reason why they were messed up is because I pulled them from the old pack, which had a add-on in there that we don't have in here, and so it was throwing errors due to that. And Lapinator was nice enough to fix it for us, and so thanks to him for doing so. And that's going to be it for the stream review and what's, going to be going on. Due to finding that tungsten, I have filled up the barrel for limestone, so going to have to make a mass storage for that. Here's the 25 rutile ore that I got. There's also some small ones in here. Oh, one thing I did want to bring up, ilmenite. I will process it, probably. I need to look at the processing for both of these, which will be when I actually set it up. Because there is magnetic separating recipes, and there's also this stuff we can think about for doing these. I want to see, what we're going to get. But I will not be using Imminent to do the burning mixer, because you can do it in here. But in doing so, you make ferric chloride, which means that some of the chlorine is going to be trapped in here, and that has to then be processed to get the chlorine back. Otherwise, if we do it as rutile, this will be the chlorine will be a loop. We will not have to add any more into it. Doing it this way, it just makes it way more difficult. And we can run Imminent through sulfuric acid and get rutile directly, 5-to-1. There's no loss whatsoever. It's the same exact from the other, because you notice this in the burning mixer it was 10. So when we set up the vitriols, I will do that, and we will get the iron out of the Imminent through vitriols rather than through the ferric chloride. These zombies are getting annoying around here. So that's what's going on. That's what you have to look forward to this week. I have no idea where that zombie is. He better not be in my basement. And it really sounds like he's in my basement. He's not in my basement. There must be a cave under here somewhere. He sounds like he's right here in the wall. There's a cave under here. Hi. How you doing? Y'all need to get the hell out. I don't need zombies in the basement. Oh, there's a hell of a cave here. Which apparently I've been in part of. But not all of. That is a flood. That's coming from the river. I'll deal with that later. Anyways, long story long, we're out of here, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good one.